closer.
Well, today is, am I talking?
Yeah.
Today is November
Of course you're
29th,
talking.
and it's a Wednesday. It's around 4:30 right now. The party starts at 5 to 8, and we're at the Northridge Country Club, the ballroom. We have over 100 some people, 120 and more coming tonight, and it's going to be a very good event. I have the slideshow going over there. It's almost 500 or 600 pictures. And I'm so excited. Tony is taking video for me and also pictures. And he got a fancy setup as it is. And I'm very excited. And Borden is coming, and Andy is coming, and the whole team is coming too. So
Whole team? You mean your...
my 7-member team. Except for Jenny, she's on vacation.
Oh, okay.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Would be very nice,
If they
rather
can put
than
another,
like this, having it up on like a podium type of.
we better ask Dave.
No,
Now, this is where, you're moving away from.
Well, I'm just thinking we could put it up on something where it's easier for people to sign in.
Yeah, I think that.
See my text?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was my.
Hi, Nancy.
Nice girlfriend. You look beautiful.
Here we go. I'm gonna go. I go grab one to Steve up in the front. I see him go up.
They're gonna position me to that open space over there, just kind of stand there. Maggie, you turn around, look at Tony, he's doing some filming.
I know. Hi.
Here.
I'm retiring. This is for you. Thank you so much. I want to make sure I got everybody.
So how many years?
How many years have been working? Too long? Too long. I'm 70. Now, how come Daryl? Oh, Daryl, that's right. Tony, I want you to meet the chef who make it possible.
Okay,
Okay,
let me-
let's take a picture with the chef.
Get a good picture with the chef.
Yes.
Okay, ready? All right, 1, 2, 3, smile.
Thank you. Thank you. I need
You're
to
very
get
welcome.
back
Thank
to
you.
work. So I also need to have it. What are these here? Chinese money, man. Bishop, thank you so much. Well, thank you for taking care of me. Money in there, don't lose it. Yeah.
Okay, right here?
Yes, right here.
Everyone?
Is that thing supposed to be open?
It's my dad's camera, I'm not sure. Oh, okay, ready?
All right, Steve.
Ready, 1, 2, 3. Okay,
Take one more. Though.
Okay, take one
I
more.
wasn't smiling.
You weren't
I'm smiling
smiling.
now.
Okay, ready? All right,
Thank
how's
you.
that?
Look at that model up there.
Well, look at him. Getting his stuff.
I know. Birthday gift. There was 68 people there. Did she share it? No, there.
Am I too early?
No.
You are.
Everybody's here.
Oh, you'll be the first one to sign. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Say something about it. No.
Happy birthday.
They don't have another one here.
Was somebody parking or?
People signed
Yeah,
here.
Elaine is working.
Oh, okay.
They didn't have another one.
Does Elaine come?
Just you.
How are you?
Victoria coming too, or the other?
Oh, the Sergey go to San Francisco.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there was another Sergey from ALF. You may have met him. So Victoria, your daughter is all coming too, or they're all in San Francisco?
All right, yeah.
I'm Stan Levitt, and Stephen, hopefully you never forget my name. As I've told you many times, I feel like I've been following you around in my career. When I came to Roseville, you were the first CFP, and I was the second. Moved into your office. I've followed you throughout, your career, and you've always been a great example to me. And when we have the privilege of having you join our team and you putting your faith and trust in us, it meant so much to us. And it's been such a joy to be able to be associated with you, to have you rub off on us, your happy, positive, wonderful nature. And know this retirement's well-deserved, and we're going to miss you a lot. You haven't heard the last of us, though. And we wish you the best in retirement.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right.
Speaks very
Oh, did you?
Oh, he's going somewhere. He said all his dad. We thought we were going to, but I said
Good.
So glad you guys could make it.
Nice to see you.
Oh, I'm glad too. For Debbie.
Okay, so we're
Do you have a place that we should be, or does it
you
matter?
know, Stephen's supposed to be standing right over here.
Directing traffic.
Yeah, I know. We saw him in the hall.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Well, it looks like they're gonna have, like, he's gonna talk or something, there's a microphone up there, do you wanna go toward that front so you can see? Okay, well, let's just go down and say
Little
how
something
long
for
he's
him.
been your broker, say your
Yes.
name.
Well, I'm Lucy, and I just want to tell Stephen, I didn't think he was old enough to retire.
Really?
Right.
Okay.
I've known him for many years, Stephen. We've known each other for a long, long time.
Yes.
And I just hope your life after retirement is super.
Thank you. Thank you. That was great. Thank you so much. All right.
You know, we always like a party.
Huh?
We always like a party.
Hey,
Hey,
this is another part.
Yes.
Good, huh?
Yes, I remember.
How big is the family now?
Oh, I've got 3 boys.
You do?
One's in college already. Theo, he's the oldest. So he's going to college there.
I went to You're so young.
Well, no, yeah, he's getting old.
Yeah, okay. It's much easier. Never a bad hair.
Yes. Well, he is going to slow down a little bit.
Yeah, totally.
I got to have.
Okay, great.
This is Steve Heath. Julie runs the Pride Foundation. This is Al Giannini, who's an old friend of mine.
Yes.
All right, this was a great photo.
That's my son Tony.
Hello.
Hey,
All
Tony.
right, 1, 2, 3, smile.
Okay,
All right,
take one
great.
more.
Okay,
I
one
always
more.
like to take one more.
Always one more. All right, ready? Smile. Hold on, the flash.
Thank you.
Tell us some stories about your dad that we want to hear. Come on, tell us some stories.
And then
Well, there, what's a good story about your dad? Yeah.
Okay, it's ready.
Hi, Stephen. It's Julie Carper from Pride Industries Foundation. Thank you so much for letting me come to your retirement party, and thank you for making our Pride Industries party such a bash. You were really the best guest we've ever had. So thank you so much, and enjoy your retirement.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Stand on this side.
I saw him. Oh, yes. He's already out. Good to see you. Okay, I stand in the middle.
Okay, ready? Let me just get the flash going here. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, one more. We'll take one more.
Thank you.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, very good.
That's my son Tony.
Hello, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. What's your
He
name?
doesn't even tell us about you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Joyce.
Hi, Joyce.
Hi, I'm Brenda Fong. Hi. Brian.
Hi, Brian. Hi, nice to meet you. Alex, great. So since I have you all here, if you wouldn't mind giving some advice to my dad about what he's supposed to do after he turns 70, and you're gonna have to state your name because
He's gonna turn 70.
he doesn't. Yeah, I'm gonna record it here. So if you could state your name because he doesn't remember, you know, very as well as he used to. Just a little something about some advice for him.
Some advice?
Yeah. Okay, so start with your name.
My name is Joyce Ames.
Okay.
We've known Stephen for a long time, and the advice I give him is live life to the fullest. What do you call it? Create a bucket list of all the things he's wanted to do, and do at least 2 things a year.
2 things a year. Great, thank you.
Hi, I'm Brenda Fong, and I've known Stephen through doing calligraphy through CACS.
wow.
My advice to Stephen is live life to the fullest, have no regrets, and don't drive Maggie crazy.
That's right. Okay, thank you. So, state your name and what advice do you have for Stephen?
Okay, I'll try.
Yes.
Okay, say when.
Now. Okay, we're good. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
So,
Congratulations, Stephen. You finally come over to the dark side. I'm Alex Ng, in case you've forgotten. I know you've got old-timer's disease, but anyway, I'm Alex. And regarding that honeydew list, forget it. Your new motto should be mañana.
Mañana.
I'll do it mañana, right? Of course, mañana never comes. But anyway, congratulations. Enjoy your retirement, Stephen. It's the first day of the rest of your life.
All right. Okay, thank you very much, Alex.
Can we be together?
Yes. Oh, go ahead. So,
Will and Beverly Kempton.
Okay.
We've known Stephen and Maggie for quite a while.
Okay.
And I met Stephen through the American Leadership Foundation.
fantastic.
And we know Maggie through golf. And as everybody knows, around this clubhouse, Stephen is known as Maggie's husband.
Maggie's husband, right. Fantastic. Any bit of advice for...
Just keep being as funny and interesting as you are, and you'll have a gazillion friends.
Oh, fantastic. That's great advice. Thank you so much. Okay. Oh. All right. First to...
I'm the first guy here.
Yes. That would be just like my dad, too. Sure. So first state your name, and then give them a bit of, and you can talk to me right here. I got it.
Is that how you want
it?
it? Are you going now?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Hi. My name's Mike Ziegler.
Yes.
And I'm here to make sure that your father retires.
Right.
And you were asking me for some advice for Stephen?
Please.
So Stephen, you're turning 70. I thought you were a lot older than that. What's going on with you? But on a much more serious note, what I want to tell Stephen, Stephen is one of my favorite people in this town. His undying devotion to just being a community, just somebody out in the community trying to make this a great place.
Yeah.
He's a pretty special person.
That's very nice.
So your
of you
dad
to say
is a
that.
special guy.
That's very nice of you to say that. Thank you.
So Stephen, have a great retirement.
Okay.
Love you.
Great. All right. Thank you. You know, he's turning 70, and if you could state your name, because he may not remember it when he watches this video, and give him a bit of advice. So you can speak to me, and I'll capture it on film. Okay, all right. So say your name. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Marion Wooljohn.
Okay, and then what advice would you have for my father as he turns 70?
Learn to play golf.
Okay, anything else?
I'll say a few words tonight.
Okay, that sounds great. I'll capture that on film. Okay, thank you, Mary.
It's too early to be retiring. How are you doing? You look great. I heard that.
Okay, all right.
Well, what I'd like to do is, he's.
I know, and I wondered they'd have to get someone assigned
someone
to do tonight. Yeah, that's right.
Well, he's. So I was wondering if you wouldn't mind saying a few things or giving him some advice.
Giving some advice.
Yeah, what do you have for, and then state your name, so he's gonna forget, what you want.
Oh, I don't think so.
No, you don't think so? Okay. All right. Now, so what's your name? Your name?
Ruth Burgess.
Ruth Burgess, very nice.
And I've known Stephen we couldn't remember how long it's been, but it's been a long time, probably 20 or 30 years.
Oh my goodness.
And so I don't know if he wants some advice, but I would say to keep up the good work because Stephen will find a way to have fun no matter what guise, whether it's just taking a simple thing and making the most of it. So I would say live the rest of your life that way.
Oh, that's
Enjoy
great.
the time and just have fun.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much. That was good advice. Okay.
Now here's the interview. You have to say something. Tell me your name.
Okay.
Okay, you can talk to me. You're on right now.
Okay.
Okay. You
So
just
I'm
talk to-
Michael.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
Michael
yeah.
Carter, and I'm being filmed by Tony C. And Tony, I remember the first time I ever skied with you and your dad.
I remember those days.
Your dad wasn't born a skier. Hey, come on in. Listen. Okay.
No.
Your dad was not born a skier.
He was not.
But he was in America. He knew that a good American father should have kids that skied and be there with it. And I thought he was going to beat himself to death on the ski mountain, teaching you to ski and
I
actually
believe
be there. And you turned out to be a perfect skier.
Oh, thanks to your instructions.
And your dad and I skied later on, about 10, 15 years later, Huevos Grandes and Mammoth. Okay,
Yeah,
not
that's
everybody can ski that. And I don't know if you recall this, but your dad and I and my two sons were at Tahoe
Jeffrey and
coming down the
Daniel, I
Truckee
remember.
River,
Yeah.
okay? And it started pouring, thunderstorm, one thing, another. Halfway down there, I said, hey, this is just not working. And so I hitchhiked up and got a ride back. I got the car. And anyway, your dad and I, he is the one that finally got me a series of pictures doing a kiteboard jump. Everybody else, it was hard because you've got 3D motion, one thing, another. You got to get the kite, one thing, another. He and I have been, I just wish he had not retired. I wish he and I were still working together 10, 15 years from now. So anyway,
I'm so
I have gotten, and my son, Jeffrey has benefited from me listening to you, or excuse me listening to him talk about educating you. And so I told Jeffrey, I said, Jeffrey, the key's open to the vault. Whatever education you want, it's the Stephen C. Tony C. scholarship name.
Oh no, come on. I owe it to you a lot of the advice you've given me throughout my career.
You're a good guy. You're a good guy.
I mean, I really appreciate all of it. I mean, it's more than just skiing that I learned. I remember I had to follow this big cowboy hat, trying to keep on Michael. He's like, come on, Tony, it's a black diamond. Or I think you called it a blue diamond, even though it's like a black diamond.
I probably lied.
And he lied, and I was like, oh my God.
That's the intermediate.
That's the.
You still ski?
Oh yeah, well,
Okay, you
but he
snowboard.
challenged me.
Tony is a picture perfect.
I will never forget. I mean, those were the best.
Michael, how you been? First time I went.
Are we on camera here?
Probably, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
11, 60, 70.
Let's get a picture here.
Why does he look so familiar? That's my son. Tony, I thought, who is this? Who is this? Tony, how are you? You're supposed to still be a kid. You're just a kid. You have 2 children, don't you? 3. No. Lord. Well, that's nice. That's fine. You live in Daly City?
No.
He's moved. That was his first place. You
You gotta get Maria up to date. You gotta get her up to date.
Where'd you go after Daly City?
I now live in Fremont.
That's good. Okay, good weather. Right, so when it's 110 in July, I can come see you. It would be good.
Absolutely. Anytime, I would love to have you. My boy,
That'd be very
my
nice.
oldest one's now in college. Can you believe that?
Who's in college?
Leo.
His first son.
Yeah, his
That's
first son.
impossible. That is impossible. You have babies.
Remember all those days we would come over and go skiing?
I know. That in my bed.
I know, we all grow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always think I'm in perfect health, and then I walk in here and I think, what's wrong with me?
All these years, right? You know, something.
Let me think.
Oh, you're gonna sing
let me
for
think of some good advice.
Yeah.
We'll get a glass of wine in a
Okay, go ahead. Come back and find me. Okay, ready? Look here. 1, 2, 3. Very good.
He is going to interview you.
Okay. Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Tony, Steven's son. Laylee, nice to meet you. Great. So, you know, my dad's turning 70, right? I'm a little worried. He's not going to know what to do. So if you have a little advice for him, and do state your name, because I don't think he'll remember. But okay, and you can just look at me. We're filming already. So, yeah.
All right, yeah. Ben and Laylee.
Laylee, nice to meet you.
Yeah, I would say enjoy your retirement for one, and do whatever it is you want to do every day. Don't let anyone force you into, or like make you feel like you need to go do anything. Just do what you want every day.
Oh, that's good. Just do what you want every day. Enjoy yourself. That's fantastic. Yeah. Any words for Steven?
I would say keep taking photos because we love seeing that, and I see how much joy.
Oh my goodness! Yes, yes.
Keep doing that.
Okay, that's good. I don't think he'll stop.
Yeah, they'll stop taking pictures. He loves it, right?
That's right. Okay, thank you. All right. Hey! All right, you've got your wine. You've got everything. Ken, fantastic. Okay, so my dad may not remember everyone's name because he's turning 70. So say your name and then give him some good advice.
Okay.
And you can just say it. I'm ready to go. Go ahead.
I'm ready.
Yeah. Okay, you can go ahead.
Okay. Stephen, it's Ken here, Ken Larson, and I just want to give you a little advice. I would recommend that you slow down. Okay? Slow down. That's going to be the hardest thing.
Oh, I know. Yeah, you can. Yeah. Talk right to Steven. Yeah. Give him the advice directly.
I need advice.
Yeah. Okay.
Because retirement is my virgin voyage.
Yes, but I'm telling you, you have to slow down. You worked hard, you run hard, now relax.
Relax.
Okay? That means you don't have to get up every morning.
Mr. Ken.
Okay, let me get a picture of the two of you. Okay. All right.
Help yourself. Now, your wife,
she's right here. Yeah.
I need to come to more of your breakfast.
Yeah, probably not till January.
Sergey.
Oh, Sergey.
I'd like to meet Ken Larson.
How do you do? Very nice to meet you.
Let's take a
picture
of the three of us.
Okay, ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Great.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tony.
Vicky's already.
He knows everybody.
Let's take a picture.
I'm not.
影相。OK。
哦，影相。OK，好。
講嘢啊！你講嘢得。
想唔想講少少啲嘢俾佢？
我仔啊，好靚咯！識講係。I saw you in the picture, the video, so great. Tommy，係啊，Tommy，
正喎。
佢係揸車嚟嘅，好靚仔嗰係咪佢個仔啊？係啊，有個好靚嘅靚仔啊，三個仔啊，你嗰個大仔好靚仔啊！ Okay, let's get a picture.
Yeah. Okay, let's make the picture right over here.
That's okay. It's okay. 我飲滾水俾佢。係啊。
Okay, 1、2、3。Okay.
係啊，仔。
呢個仔唔係，我係咩？係啊。
Oh, this is Mark.
Yeah,
Tony.
Tony.
Yeah. This is my restaurant a lot. You know, right?
Yes, I
Come to
go.
my restaurant.
Yeah,
With the kid.
Yeah, Mayflower used to be.
Mayflower. Remember your kid? Is that coming in? Yeah.
Oh yeah, you brought Leon, Bo, and those bring all the kids. 嗰三個仔係佢㗎。
He's the one have a wife Japanese.
Yes.
You don't know this the kid, but now so tall.
I know. You saw him.
Yeah.
No, not
No,
me.
his kids. He's got
Yeah.
Come to
three boys.
Mayflower all the time.
3個仔啊。
Now, do you want? Could you say a few words to my dad? He's give him some advice.
You say it.
講少少，講少少。OK，一陣先啦，一陣先，拜拜。你就嚟。Here, let's get a quick picture right here.
Okay, here. Come on. Right here.
Okay. All right, ready. 1, 2, 3. Okay, great. Thank you.
He's going to interview you too.
Oh.
He's going to interview you.
Well, think of
right
something
now.
you want to say, and then come find me.
Okay.
When you're.
Retirement isn't as easy. I know we're there.
Oh.
You know.
Happens to us all at some point.
Yeah. So what advice do you have for him? What should he do?
To probably get out of town straight away.
Get out of town, like go on trips.
Yes.
There you go.
Like go out, get out of the house.
We did,
Don't stay in the house.
Don't be in a routine.
And it
that you had
fits very well for Stephen's activity level because he loves to travel and get
That's
around.
right. And he loves taking pictures. There's no point taking pictures at home, right?
Yeah.
So he needs. That's what we did. We were
Okay.
in France and Italy and everything, and so
Gradually you sort of wind down out of it and you suddenly realise, I've stopped working. You know?
Wow. And how long have you known my dad?
40 years.
40 years.
Oh my gosh, how did you meet?
Well, when he worked at Dean Witter Reynolds, we met him at that point
Down the street from us.
down the street from us. We live on American River Drive.
Oh,
And the offices
really?
were down the street.
Right down the street on American River. Oh,
So
fantastic.
We just kept that relationship going. And
Oh my goodness.
He was also in charge of the Capital Club. He was
That's right. So you joined the Capital Club?
Well, I had a business membership there, so I've met Stephen many times at the Capital Club activities and,
Oh my
and
goodness.
brought visitors in
Wow.
through. And
What a nice
so
long
it's been
year.
going a long time. So
That's great. That's great. That's great.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, yes.
we
Yeah.
just,
now, where are you? You're located here in
I'm
Sacramento?
located in the Bay Area, so I drove up today at Fremont, actually.
yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm married. I have 3 boys. One's off in college now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, losing all the hair.
Keeps you busy. It'll grow back.
It's easy to upkeep, right? I never have a bad hair day anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming.
Well, thank
help
you.
yourself to some food and some wine. Okay.
Thanks,
all right.
good to see you.
Like 5 years ago, 65.
Thank you.
I know you as Romeo from.
Oh my God! I'm my first fan. I love it.
This is
Eileen.
Eileen, I think.
Your father would tell us stories.
And
Remember the Romeos?
Jim and Anthony, nice to meet you.
Nice to
We'll
meet
take a
you.
picture.
Okay, let's take a picture.
Tony, you have to take a picture of the background of his
background.
My shirt. He wants to.
Oh, the Japanese geisha. Oh, I gotta show Shizuka this.
That's a
Okay, so let's look. Let's face this way.
Okay, we take it from here.
Okay, we get a nice background here.
Now Tony has his new iPhone, huh?
Oh, I do. Okay,
X.
so let's. Okay, since you mentioned it, I'm gonna use this instead.
This is iPhone 10.
This is much better. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. And now I'm gonna take a portrait mode. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. Thank you.
I want one like this.
One like.
On her back?
And then you turn your face. So look at
okay.
it, and you turn sideways.
So probably like this.
Turn your head.
That's possible.
Okay, that's turn a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, turn. Turn your head a little bit. Yes.
Okay, ready? All right. Let's just do the back.
All right.
Okay, let's do a three-way and.
And so now we're going to do another one with Stephen here on the other camera.
Thank you.
All right,
And you have to
Tony,
say something
thank
here.
you.
What's that?
Oh, are you recording?
Huh?
Are you recording him to have?
Yes, because he's turning 70. Now, he may not remember everyone, so if you could state your name and then give him some advice and maybe tell him how you met Stephen and how you know him.
Yeah, how
okay,
we
so
know
it's
him.
recording
and
now.
wishing him well into his future
Yeah,
too.
okay, so it's recording now.
All right, it is recording now. Stephen, this is Eileen and Jamtron Caddy, and we want to wish you the very, very best in your retirement. We know it's going to
to be absolutely sensational, and that you are going to enjoy all of your golf and your travels and your many, many friends, your family, and your wife. So enjoy it all, and we will forever hold you fondly in our thoughts and in our heart. And as I'm spending all my money, Stephen, I'll remember all the success that you made for me when I came to you 24 years ago. I transferred everything in one day from Dean Witter to you at Merrill Lynch and Roseville, and it's been a 24-year love fest and a great success. Thank you, Stephen.
Okay.
Have a fabulous retirement.
Thank you.
Good luck, Stephen. You deserve it.
All right. And thank you, Jim. All right. Thank you. Thanks for.
I need a hug. Oh my gosh. My good friend Patty, my golfing buddy.
Your golfing buddy.
Yes.
Oh, here.
I flew
nice
back
to meet
from
you.
Hawaii for this. Yes, she did. Just yesterday.
Thank you.
I got in at 12:30.
Okay, we got to get a quick.
Midnight? Yes.
We got to get a quick picture, Patty.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
Patty, right here. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, smile.
Okay, I have. Are you taking your golf clubs?
No.
You're not? I have this golf bag that is like you and I can fit inside of it.
Oh, I have one too.
And no, it's funny. It's I had a Hawaiian Air credit card, so I get 50 pounds free, one bag free.
You do?
So I put all of my clothes in it in a little zip bag. Like,
if they found out, they don't.
No, it's fine. It was fine. It went through. So the joke was.
Very nice to meet you. So how do you? Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. How do you know my dad, Sally?
We belong here.
Oh, at the country.
Yeah, so we play bridge with them.
Okay, so
and I play golf with Maggie sometimes.
I see. So it's Maggie's husband.
Yeah. No, we play bridge with your dad.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
fantastic.
yeah.
Now, do you have any advice for my dad? As he's turning 70.
He turned 70 in May. I'm turning 70 in 2 weeks.
Okay, good. Hey, you're in the same
I
boat.
am on my third. I have retired twice already, and I'm working again.
Oh.
But I'm teaching in a private school, so I have not a ton of students like she would have had, but a small amount. And they lost a teacher at the last minute over the summer, and I said, sure. And it's something I've never taught, but I'm loving it. However, he's not loving that I'm working.
And that's your husband. Oh, okay. So he'll see you maybe out here.
Yeah.
sometime.
So tell him just to stay retired.
Stay retired. Okay, got it. That's good advice from someone who retired twice.
Yeah. Actually, everybody just gives me a bad time. How many times have you retired now?
Okay, just stay retired then.
Yeah.
Actually, this is perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's turning 70.
Yeah.
He may not remember everything, so you need to state your name, and then give him some advice.
Okay, I'll give him some.
And then tell him how you met, and maybe something memorable.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, it's rolling. Let's go.
Okay, we're on?
Yeah.
Okay, hey, happy birthday and happy retirement, Stephen. We call him Photo Man because we met in ALF. Love Stephen, he's a great guy. It's great that he's not behind this camera. So the advice, Stephen, is keep doing what you're doing and have fun with it. We love you.
All right. Fantastic.
Yeah,
okay, thank you.
So you're going to edit?
Reading, my son is up there.
Good morning.
Oh.
Hello. Hey, go ahead. Just want to get some shots. Chinatown has arrived. Chinese calendar.
There you go. I bet you don't have any, do you, Anthony?
I've got 5 at home.
Where's Marcus? Oh my goodness, all these.
We're just talking about
Didn't know you were I know, we just got here too.
You bring some video, so thank you so much. Appreciate it. Oh wow. Thank you. I'd like you to sign it so that we know for sure you're here. Over here.
Marcus, your package.
Parking. David, so good to see you.
Yes, Stephen.
You guys, where were you last?
Oh, let's see.
So long, I don't remember. Albert.
No.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We're going to have a lunch party tomorrow.
Oh, good to see you.
Okay.
Yeah. I better show up.
Yes, you should.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Fantastic. Okay.
Have you got your movie ticket?
No.
Oh, you have to interview her.
Oh.
You have to ask,
okay.
are you going to ask me questions?
Oh, yeah, I'll
So
just
I-
ask you questions.
Okay,
Don't
and then
worry.
I got to go. So
Okay, yeah, real quick.
you have to go? Okay.
Tell her your name. Tell him your name.
Kim Box.
Hi, Kim.
Are you on there?
Yeah.
Oh, you're already- it's
Yeah,
on?
yeah.
Oh,
No,
okay.
just talk to me.
Okay.
It's real easy. So my dad's turning 70, and I'm a little bit worried about what he's going to do. So if you could give him some advice, what advice would you have for him as he goes into retirement?
Well, I think my best advice about going into retirement
Yes.
is to keep busy doing things that you enjoy. And
very
it's time
good.
now, what I call the selfish years, where you get to do whatever the heck
The selfish.
you want and not what everyone expects you
Yes.
to do. So just enjoy. And
That's very
have a really good time and do what you enjoy. Do what things you want and say no. Nah, I don't want to do that. I want to sleep until 9. I'm going to sleep until 9. If I want to get up early. So that's my advice.
Oh, fantastic. And now, how did you know my dad?
American Leadership Forum.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any memorable moments that you want to share?
He always refers to himself as the Chinese paparazzi. And I love it when he comes in the room with his two cameras hanging on his neck. And just, he brings sunshine wherever he goes. I just adore him. He's just been a really great friend for a long time.
Oh, those are great, very nice things to say.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay,
Nice
all
to
right,
meet you.
nice meeting you.
Yes.
This is my brother.
All right.
Okay,
So,
all right.
how did you
What's
guys
it?
meet?
How did we meet? Oh, he came
Tennis
to
court.
tennis club.
Yeah,
That's
tennis-
because our wives went to Europe together when they were just kids.
When they were
Oh.
When they were smart enough to not know us yet.
So you met in Europe.
Right. That's right. They
They wives did.
and
Oh,
met
okay.
him in Europe.
We met in Toastmasters, but I totally forgot him because he was just a novice.
No, I saw him at the tennis court.
Oh, we met again. Maybe on the tennis court. Yes.
So you heard his burger
Now, what's your
ping.
name?
My name is Steve, but my real name is Stephen with a PH, like a good buddy of mine.
And then what's your last name?
I was called Stefan today. That's because I was in Alexis' place. Last name's Beatty.
Okay.
Yes.
And what do you do?
I am a quasi-retired attorney.
Quasi-retired.
Quasi-retired.
Okay. Now, what is what's the? There's a very famous saying, rebuttal or something like that. Not deliverance tremor, but. Rebuttal. I forgot what.
Rebuttal? Rebuttal? Or is it
Yeah.
A rebuttal is a rebuttal.
I mean, I look back and I see where that's rebooty. Yeah.
That's a rebooty. Good
I
comment.
know.
Oh, but this
Well,
is,
very good. Thank you
This
so
is
much.
good. I am so happy that you are now going to enter the throng of retired. Now,
As you enter, give him some advice.
now, having been quasi-retired, and I got to emphasize quasi for now 6 or 8 months, you'll be amazed at how busy you will be. But I know you're going to be busy anyhow, so it won't much matter. And I was just thinking about how it's a year later, and I still haven't figured out what my passion is going to be because I'm too busy to worry about
Oh, come on. Very
Congratulations,
good.
buddy.
Thank you again.
it. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Donnie.
I did, although he disappeared.
Hey, Don.
Let me get a quick picture of you.
You're gonna enjoy
Yeah,
this.
we're gonna take picture right here. We have Donnie standing
Right here.
in the middle.
Okay.
Hello. I'm
Donnie
Steven.
in the middle. Yes, of
Okay.
course.
Perfect.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, thank you.
we need to include Reverend over here. Reverend.
There we go.
Okay, all right.
Okay, it's growing bigger.
Okay,
All right, fantastic. Okay.
Now you stay here.
Okay, ready? 1, 2. Okay, great. Oh wait, one more. 1, 2.
Okay.
Hold on, it's charging.
Thank you. Mr. Hart, hey, you made it. Where's Colleen?
Hello, oh, you are Stephen's son. I'm Susan Hammond. Oh, yes, Anthony. I saw pictures of you.
So anyway, probably here. Where's Maggie? Maggie is here somewhere.
First, your name.
Okay.
I want to get you in the shot too. So just talk to me. You stand right there.
I got video.
There's a little video to remember this retirement buy. So tell me your name and also tell me how you met
Oh
Steve.
my goodness, Bonnie.
How you met him?
Yeah. So first, tell me your name. Yeah.
Oh, Susan Hammond.
Susan Hammond. Okay.
Susan and Russ Hammond.
And Russ Hammond. Fantastic. And how did you meet my dad?
Well, I met him through your mom because
Really?
your mom taught first grade as I did, and so just from knowing Lynn, and I call her Lynn,
Not Maggie.
not Maggie, but when we were just with her in Las Vegas.
In Las Vegas with my dad.
With your dad.
Oh, okay.
Russ calls your mom Maggie.
Okay.
It's one of those funny things.
Okay, fantastic.
And so we saw pictures of you.
Oh yes, I'm sure. Yes. And now, do you have any advice for me? He's turning 70 and he's going to retire.
Yeah.
So
Any advice?
Play hard, very hard.
No, we're going to start.
good.
Have a
Like
purpose.
it. Have a purpose. I like it. Well, enjoy. Have your. No. Dad.
What do we? I'll let.
I've been asking people like, okay, so how do you know my dad?
Wait, who's your dad?
Yeah. Who's your dad?
What did you say?
I just smelled food.
Do you know a lot of these people?
Well, some. Like I remember.
All right.
Michael Carter, do you remember in the early days? Yeah. Yay, thanks for making it.
So it's just we were on a cruise last week.
Where?
Hey, we went to the Caribbean.
Hello, how are you?
It was so fun. So last week we were in Jamaica right now. Ziplining.
Just last week.
We came back Sunday. It's hard so hard and it's a school weekend there. It's all
Okay. Oh. There we go. Okay. Don't hide behind the podium, my brother told me. So, thank you all for coming. I'm not going to be the first one to speak. I'm supposed to get the last word.
Hi, everybody. My name's Cable Doria. I'm the branch manager of the Roseville Ameriprise. On behalf of Ameriprise, I just want to thank you all very much for being here tonight. We're all here to celebrate the career and the retirement of Stephen C. And I'm just excited to have a few minutes to say a couple of words. In just a moment, I'm going to bring up Stephen's partner, Stan, and he's going to say a few things, and I think he's going to open it up to a few people, and then like he said, I think Stephen's going to get the last word. So I've known Stephen for about 6 months now, but I feel like I've known him a lot longer because, as some of you probably can imagine, get closer, is that better? As some of you can probably imagine, the financial services industry is a very small and tight-knit community. And so we share a lot of friends in the industry. In fact, my father used to work with Stephen at Merrill Lynch many years ago. And so I had heard a lot about him over the years, and he's always had a great reputation of taking great care of his clients and putting his clients' needs first and being an honorable and terrific financial advisor. So it's been an honor to get to know him over the last few months. He has been a real joy to have in the office. As some of you probably know, Stephen's a natural entertainer. Not only does he have a great sense of humor, but he also gives us lots of presents all the time, which is always a lot of fun. So it puts a smile on everybody's face, and we really enjoyed getting to know him over the last few months. So what some of you might not know about Stephen is I work with a lot of financial advisors. Not only do I supervise a number of them, but I also, throughout the industry, I'm responsible for recruiting to our firm, and so I get to know a lot of them. I do a lot of background checks. I really get to see what their backgrounds are made of. It's very rare in this business to go through a long career without any kind of customer disputes or customer complaints. And in a 34-year career, Stephen has managed to get through the entire thing unscathed. He has never had a customer issue of any kind, and that really speaks to his integrity and to the honor that he's brought to the industry. So it's just been a real honor to know you. So with that, I just wanted to congratulate Stephen and Maggie, on your terrific, successful career, on a terrific retirement. We all wish you the best on your journey. And so with that, I hope you would all raise a glass. Stephen, congratulations. Thank you. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Stan Levitt.
Thank you, Cable. And again, thank you for coming. What an honor for Stephen to have you all here. And it's a testament to who he is and the career he's had. We had the privilege of joining forces with Stephen about 5 years ago. And Stephen approached us at a time where he was starting to consider retirement. And the way things worked where we were is if he had decided to retire without a team, his clients would just get dispersed amongst the 30 different advisors in the office. And Stephen didn't want that to happen. You know, he loves the people he works with and cares about them greatly. And so it was quite an honor when he approached our team about joining forces so that we could try to help sustain the legacy that he started and work with him. And it's been a joy. I got to know Stephen about 20 years ago when I joined the Merrill Lynch Roseville office. And Stephen was a pioneer in many ways in that office. He was the first certified financial planner in Roseville for Merrill Lynch and had many firsts, many nicknames that were firsts. Those of you, well, you all know Stephen. He's got some great acronyms for many things. He has tremendous Eastern wisdom that he shares, things from his father and grandfather. And I just thought I would point out a couple things that I thought really kind of make up who Stephen is. The first is we've been at Ameriprise now for 5 months, and we had hoped that maybe Stephen would be with us longer than 5 months, but some events occurred in his life this year that made it right for him to retire, and so we're happy for him. But in the 5 months that we've moved our office, just about everybody in the building knows Stephen C. It's a testament that Stephen makes friends wherever he goes. And that is a tremendous quality. And what's so impressive is whether it's the building maintenance guy or the UPS driver or the group that smokes out in the parking lot, they're all his best buddies. It doesn't matter their status or their who they work for. And again, I think that's very telling about Steve. The other thing that I've been really impressed with is in the business that we're in, the financial part of the business, the money-making part can really be a focus for a lot of people that sit in our seat. But for Stephen, the relationship has always been the most important thing. And the financial benefit really has been a secondary or sometimes not even a secondary issue. And I've always admired that about Stephen, that doing the right thing, having the right relationship being that friend has been the most important thing to him. And then certainly has the wisdom and experience to do a great job on the financial part. But to me, that's always been something really telling, that it's the relationship over the money has been important to him. And then lastly, I thought I would share something that Stephen has shared with me, and that's some of his great, again, Eastern wisdom, and I think it's appropriate. He shared with me how to be happy, and this came from his grandfather, and he said his grandfather told him, if you want to be happy for an hour, take a nap. If you want to be happy for a day, go fishing. If you want to be happy for a month, get married. If you want to be happy for a year, inherit a fortune. And if you want to be happy for a lifetime, help others. And Stephen has been a great example of helping others, and that really, to me, is his legacy that he'll leave with us and our team. So thank you, Stephen. You've been a great blessing to all of us. With that, we're actually going to open the mic. If anyone would like to come up and share an experience or a well wish for Stephen, we'll be informal. And then once everyone who would like to say something has had a chance, Stephen gets the mic.
You like this one?
I like this one. Okay, I first met Steve. I was the manager at then Dean Witter, which became Morgan Stanley Dean Witter. And Stephen came in, and I think he was applying for a job. I wasn't sure because he could hardly understand me. And he told me about what happened. He'd gone to college here and married Maggie, went back to Hong Kong, and he and a partner had a seat on the Kowloon Stock Exchange. That was great until England announced that they were pulling out of their 99-year agreement they had in Hong Kong, and it was going to be turned over to China. And the stock exchange went right through the floor, took Stephen with him, and they decided to come back to the States and try and start over. So Stephen came in and talked to me, and for some reason I thought this guy had sincerity and appeal, and if nothing else, humor. And he wanted a job. He wanted to try. He wanted us to give him a chance. And so we went through the normal process, and I had him interview with a couple other guys, and we hired him, and about 3 weeks later, he was trying to get situated. He needed some additional training. But I got a call from San Francisco, said the New York Stock Exchange didn't want to hire him because he'd had that Kowloon experience with a bankruptcy type thing on his record. They didn't think he should be handling people's money. Stephen doesn't know this, but I had to tell him he had to leave his office. He was out for about a week or two, and it was a very difficult period. And I had to sign something that said I would pay careful attention to what he did and what he was doing, and they make an exception and let him get into business. Well, that turned out to be great. Although he had some difficulties. Lee Grishon over there was in the office, and Lee just told me a story that's pretty amusing. He said that, do you remember when you put me together with Stephen and said, I'd been a former teacher, and Stephen had to learn to speak English, he was going to be successful, so it was going to be my job to teach him. a very difficult job. Anyway, Steve is the kind of guy that I retired 25 years ago, and Steven still calls me every year on my birthday and sings happy birthday in Chinese. He does that without fail. And there's just a couple anecdotes I want to tell you, because I don't want to take up too much time. One that we always remember in the office is when we had a fellow named Russ Martinez, who's still with Morgan Stanley up in Folsom. I thought he'd be here tonight, but he isn't here. He was kind of a little bit chubby, and he came in one day and he had the gym bag in his hand. He came back from lunch, and Stephen came up to him and says, "What's that bag for?" He says, "Well, that's the gym. I go to the gym every day." He says, "You go to the gym? Why you're so fat?" Everybody has a fond memory of that one. And unfortunately, the reason I wanted Russell to be here is because he's lost about 30 pounds since then. He's not fat anymore. But he didn't make it tonight. Lastly, I would say that Stephen has done one heck of a job overcoming the language thing. I do have one anecdote here from Northridge Country Club. I've been a member here for a long time. Stephen joined about 20 years ago, Steve.
2003.
2003. Well, Stephen joined, and I was playing with my regular group, and we were waiting off the side of the first tee. And Stephen came out with his golf cart, and he had this little umbrella attached to it. So he teed off about 50 feet. I was watching down there, and one of the guys said to me, "Who is that guy?" I said, "Don't ask me, I've never seen him before." Okay, who's next?
Thank you. I just have a few things to say, but
Tell them your name.
oh, my name's not Stephen C. My name is Tom Marks, and I've known Stephen probably for close to 20 years. I'm not sure exactly when. But I just wanted to mention a couple things. First of all, whenever you communicate with Stephen, he always has such interesting stories, cultural differences, and a sense of humor that just never stops. And the one thing I'd just like to mention about Stephen in all the years that I've known him, I've never heard him say a negative word about any other human being.
He exists.
Stephen, I've
What's your name?
Michael Carter, and Stephen, I'm fortunate because I've known you for 32 years. It was 32 years about this month. Walked into a brokerage office, and Stephen C., after I was there about a half hour, just greeted me like, not only was I his long-lost friend, but I was going to be his friend forever.
That's you, right there.
Yeah. And Stephen, it's okay, we're going to get lots more pictures. He spent a whole day with me trying to get me a hero picture out there on the Delta. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you very much. Stephen C's hallmark is humor and a lot of it. I'll tell you what it really is. It's enthusiasm. Enthusiasm. Am I right? Yeah. Okay. You know how in the old days they celebrated the passing of the stars in the summer and the winter solstice and everything? And what I, in my heart, am celebrating here or observing is the passing of the epicenter of enthusiasm in the world. He's moving out of our business world, but he's moving into retirement. But Stephen, whenever we need a touch of enthusiasm, we're reaching out to you. And I remember you greeted me there. Marion, you could not have had a better ambassador to greet me at the door that day. I've been a colleague of Stephen's. I've been his manager, and I've been a colleague. And in that 32 years, I've seen Stephen, like all of us, received some tough information, some tough news. And one time, Michael, Larry, and I delivered some bad news to him, and it was really bad. I thought, this guy's going to just come to a halt here. He scrunched up his face for about 15 seconds. I thought, it's as bad as I think it is. And he said, okay, what's the plan? What do we do? And then he was back in, and he knew it would work out, and it did work out. Every time I've ever seen him come up against what we might call a brick wall, he's just gone right through it or over it.
Thank you.
There is, I'm just happy to be
That's
around.
me, right there.
There was a picture you saw a few frames ago, and maybe some of you are familiar with it. I'll describe the picture in a moment. I was to tell you my interaction with this picture. I had one from Steve. You'll know what I'm talking about in a moment. And then I was going across the parking lot, and this guy, this is about 1998.
That's you, my picture.
About 1998, I was going across the parking lot, and this guy that worked in our building was not part of Merrill Lynch. He just worked in our building, and he said, hey, why don't you come on up and do your kiteboarding at, I think, his bed and breakfast at Gold Pond or Gold Lake or something like that. And we were talking. I didn't really know the guy's name, kind of. I saw him once every 4 months. We'll call him George here, or whatever it was. And so anyway, we talked and one thing and the other. And then he, as I was walking away, he said, Steven's been up there. He liked it. And so I was about 5 feet away. I stopped and said, tell me, do you happen to have in your house a picture of a Mercedes-Benz silver with a big wave coming over it? And he said, doesn't everybody? Steve, I have 3 of them. I've never given one away. My son has one. If I ever need a touch of enthusiasm, I'm going to go up to that picture. Stephen, I love you. My family loves you. My son just worships you. And I just want to continue being part of your life.
Thank you, sir. What's your name again?
Darn right, Donnie Blumenstock. And I was the executive director of the American Leadership Forum, one of the several community organizations to which Stephen has given time and energy and love over the years. And Stephen was on our founding board of directors and then was my treasurer. He's responsible for the fact that I actually have a retirement fund on which I can rely if I ever figure out how to retire. And, but my memories of Stephen are all filtered through the lens of a camera. Because whenever I see him, he's taking a picture. I told him under no circumstances was he allowed to take pictures of me when I had food in my mouth, so we got that out of the way. And when he was in class 7 ALF, we were in the wilderness, which is where we take the leaders of Sacramento, and they learn that not having room service doesn't mean staying at Motel 6. It means going out into the countryside and camping. And I finally, at one point, told Stephen that if he didn't stop taking pictures, his classmates were going to throw him in the lake because they wanted him to be there. And he always brings this up. I told him he had to come out from behind the lens and live in the moment, right? But I also learned at the same time that it was a Chinese custom to try to save the moment in whatever way you could. So he has been the source of cultural awareness for me. He has also been the source of a great deal of really wonderful dim sum. I am living proof that I have eaten a great deal of really wonderful dim sum. And I thank Stephen for his passionate commitment. I told him he's allowed to retire from the financial industry, but not from ALF or from the community, because we told him a long time ago it's a life sentence.
Thank you very much, Tommy.
Hello there.
Your name?
My name is Charlie Brown. Forget my name. My name is Lee Rashawn. And the gentleman that...
I have to say something here. I know this guy for a long time. And he really helped me in my business when I first got started. In fact, because of Lee Krashan, 2.5 years at Dean Witter, I was associate vice president. And then me and some of the others said, 2.5 years associate vice president, that's not good enough. We become vice president in 3 years. So I got 6 months. So I finally know how to spell his name. Lee Krashan is Lee Chu Chin.
Stephen, thank you. And distinguished guests here tonight. I think we're all very lucky individuals to have met this man in our lifetime. There's some very prominent brokers and financial people in the audience. It's incredible. I don't know who else could get that many people out that have invested probably billions and billions of dollars of paid clients' money over 30 years. And Stephen found a way. As Marianne told you, I had a background. I was at Mariloma High School for 15 years and assistant football coach, varsity baseball coach. And my wife told me one time, she says, you have all these part-time jobs. Why don't you get a job that really pays you something? So Marion and I met on the tennis court at Glen Oaks Swim and Tennis Club in the early 80s, 70s probably. I was a part of his gourmet group, which was delicious. And he said to me, Lee, he says, why are you wasting your time teaching school? And I says, well, I have a passion for it. I love children and I love to coach. He says, you can make a lot of money in our business. And I said, well, maybe I'll try it someday. So then he offered me a job. Thank you, Marion. That was 1979. And I've been in the business going on 40 years now. And I met Stephen C. by Marion he said, Lee, he says, I'm going to put you in charge of somebody that I think has a lot of potential, tremendous potential. And I said, okay, what do I have to do? He says, well, ex-teacher, take him under your wing, show him how to go to lunch, show him how to pick up the telephone, say hello, my name is Stephen C. And he did that, and I said, Stephen, I still didn't understand what you said. Would you please say that again? So I quickly figured out, Stephen's not going to make it in our business of cold calling. That's what you got to do. That's what you learn to do as a broker when you first go through training. You got to pick up the phone, and it's like a 500,000-pound monkey trying to pick it up because, you know, cold calling is pretty hard. Calling these people you don't know and you want to offer them an investment idea. I knew Stephen couldn't do that. So I said to myself, Stephen, how are you going to be successful in this business? He said, oh, I have a really unique way. He says, I believe in a few good things. I said, well, what do you believe in? He says, well, I believe in this. He says, I believe that you only get to keep in life what you truly give away. I will find a way. And you know the way he found that? Through people and investors? He started being service-oriented, as this lady just said. He joined every club in Sacramento that would allow him to join. One time he said to me, Lee, would you go to lunch with me downtown Sacramento? And I said, sure, I'll be honored to go to lunch with you, Stephen. So we went to this elite new Sacramento club, and Stephen was very involved, and I was very impressed. I walked in, he treated me with royalty. I thought I was maybe the governor of California or something, the way he treated me. But doesn't he treat you that way and all of his friends that way? He treats you with utmost respect, Stephen C. Stephen. So I always refer to Stephen as Mr. Number One because I've been in the brokerage business a long time and I've met a lot of brokers and I've never met one quite as outgoing, as personal, as sincere and honest and willing to help you as Stephen C. And I'm going to leave you with this parallel, or this saying, or this acronym. I don't know which one it is. I'm not a very good English major. But Stephen taught me one thing in life, and I've carried it with me for 30 years in my business career. He said that you only get to keep in life what you truly give away. And in the midst of utter confusion, there is tremendous opportunity. Mr. Stephen C.
Thank you. Linda, I'm so glad you're here. No, you have an hour. You can talk an hour.
I promise I won't talk
Tell them your name.
I will. Hi, I'm Linda Cutler. I'm the CEO of the Sacramento Region Community Foundation, and I haven't known Stephen as long as I think most of you have, but I just have to say that he was on our board for 10 years. This is not a small commitment when you say you're going to be on our board. And he, just last year, actually a year ago today, I think, we had our meeting where we had to bid farewell to Stephen. He made such a huge impact on our foundation by opening doors to people that we might not otherwise have had an opportunity to meet. He brought a perspective to us that will live on at the foundation forever. He was a huge part of our Philanthropic Advisors Forum, which is really how we hope that professional advisors like Stephen are talking to people about philanthropy, and he was one of the leaders in that whole movement. And of course, at his last meeting, I'll never forget this, I was actually telling this story today, right before his last board meeting, I'm in my office and knock, 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 and there's Stephen. And he says, I have a few gifts for you. Oh, okay. I go outside, there are bags and bags and bags of photos. Guess what? The Red Rabbit, the Blue Angels, the Mercedes, as I just heard, the Mercedes in front of the Golden Gate Bridge. And so he left a memento, many mementos actually, for all of our board, for our staff, and your influence lives on, my friend, at the foundation in ways you will, I mean, I hope you appreciate, but they're so deep you probably can't appreciate them. So we do, and thank you so much for what you did for us, for philanthropy in the region, and just for being an amazing civic leader. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Linda. I want you to guess who this guy is. His son, not his son. He's getting so old. Anyway, my name is Andy. I'm number 4 son. He's number 2. And we share the same last name, so if we look alike, there's a reason for it. But anyway, I want to welcome each and every one of you for coming to Stephen's retirement party, and thank you for the team for putting such a wonderful venue together. I'm not going to talk very long. That's because I learned everything from Steve, okay, my older brother. His nickname is On Too Long, right? So every one of you heard about that. But nowadays, I want to share with you, the wisdom that I have learned from my brother, and I will forever be indebted to him. He's such a wonderful brother to me. But this is a text that he sent me not too long ago on my birthday. And he says, Ayao, that's my Chinese name, Ayao, okay? He said, Ayao, a happy life is not measured by the number of breaths you take, but also by the number of moments that take your breath away. Wishing you all the delightful wishes you like to wish on this happy day, number 2 brother. So I'm going to wish you the same thing, my number 2 brother, and have a great, great life from now on. Knowing you, this will be easy for you. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dr. Herbert Yee. I may be the oldest guy here. I'm 93. I first met this young man about 30 years ago. He came and he said, Dr. Yee, how much income tax do you pay? I said, how dare you? He said, I'm trying to help you. And I said, how can you help me? He said, well, at that time, I was the dentist for 2 governors, Ronald Reagan and Edmund G. Brown. I was on the dental board, licensed dentist, and I built shopping centers, and I've been banking. But anyhow, this guy said, I think you're paying too much income tax. I said, well, that's what I am. I work hard, I pay our government tax. And I think his father and mother in Hong Kong, were you the Lop Cheng Wong? You know what? You know what Lop Cheng is? Chinese sausage. So, but anyhow, I listened to this guy. He said, you're paying too much tax. I said, well, that's what it is. I'm supposed to work hard and give Uncle Sam his share. Then he said, you don't have to. You have to, you have a 401k? No, what's that? So he taught me that. And so from there on, he helped me save money. So today, I can afford to drive my old Lexus 1923. Well, anyhow, I just want to kid a little bit, but he really did help me. And I told him, and he told me to do this and do that. So anyhow, and as I say, he helped me a lot, and he drive all the way to my shopping center. I own that. If you live in the Land Park area, you probably know that I'm the owner of that shopping center, that Sprout Market, Le Bourg, and all that, you know. But that is an older one. I own a shopping center in Woodland too, and one in Roseville. Anyhow, I'm very poor, but anyhow, so I owe a lot to this guy. So anytime you come over, you're always welcome to have lunch with me free. Okay. So anyhow, I appreciate Stephen, his help in my life. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you, Stephen. You're a great guy.
Eric. No, I'm either from business or from charitable works or for committees or stuff. He's dedicated to helping his communities. I don't know him in any way like that. He's just a friend. And I say just a friend, but he's a really remarkable man, as I think you would all agree. Now, I have a nickname for Stephen, and his wife always grimaces when I say it, but it's when we play bridge here at Northridge, his nickname is Mr. Lucky. And if you don't know why that is, it's because Maggie is a really consummate bridge player. Stephen is not. But somehow through it all, just like through life, he wins. And we all sit there and go, how can you do that? And he said, well, I just thought it was a good idea. So one of the things that's great about Stephen is he is not afraid to share his friends and his friendship with a lot of people. And one of the biggest delights I had, my daughter serves with USAID over in Jordan, and she got to meet our Congressman, Ami Berra. And I emailed her back and said, that's really great, what'd you think of him? She said, he was really a nice guy. And I said, yeah, he was. I played in a golf tournament that Stephen set up for a bunch of us, and guess who was my golfing partner? Ami Berra. So I said, this is a connection. All of us have connections to Stephen, but all those connections go over really, really a wide spectrum. And for that, we should all be grateful. And the last thing I would say to Stephen is, he and his lovely wife took my wife and I out dancing. Now, he didn't just take us dancing, he took us to a dance class. But not only did we go to a dance class, we went with a whole group of people who learned to dance. So, you know, if you know Stephen, there is very little that you will do in life that is not fun and joyous and very sweet.
My goodness, is that the line that we, oh my goodness. Should I speak Southern now? I'm still trying to practice the book you gave me.
My name is Ed Phillips. I was trying to think back how long I know Stephen. I probably was at the Capitol Club, I guess, and ALF. And so I've known for like 15, 20 years, I guess. But I was always amazed with Stephen. He would always share these photos from his travels everywhere. I'm like, when does he work? They weren't short trips, they'd be all over the world. So a few years ago, we were playing golf or something, and he informed me that he was going to, was it Hilton Head?
Hilton Head, yes.
He was going to Hilton Head, South Carolina. So, this is a good story, I think, for Stephen, is that I said, Stephen, you know, I'm from the South. You know, I grew up in Georgia and Alabama. So you get down there, they want to say the damn words you're saying. Okay? So I'm gonna give you a little lesson on how to speak Southern. So like y'all, how y'all doing? So I gave up on that. So I went and found this book, which I said, this would be great for Stephen. I'm gonna give him this book and let him study, then I'm gonna give him a test. The book is called How You Speak Southern. Right?
Yes, that's right.
So far, I'm not sure, hopefully during his retirement he'll have a little more time to practice. So he can understand what I'm saying to him most of the time. I talk real fast. I'm not a slow Southern, talk about a fast Southern. But there are words in there like, what is a Yankee? Have you come across that one yet, what a Yankee is?
Yankee?
Yankee. He's fucking already. But yeah, you know, Yankee is a person who don't have a belly button. So there are some terms in there, but I've been going phrase by phrase. But I told him the most important thing about Southern talking is that y'all can be one person or it can be 100 people. Okay? Just like y'all come. Or, you know, another phrase we have down south is that if I ask Stephen, said, well, how far it is to Northridge Country Club? We probably would say, right down yonder a piece. And they said, well, Stephen said, well, what is a piece? Well, a piece could be 2 blocks or it could be 2 miles. So we have a lot of words that really stretch things, but Stephen's been educating me on his language also, so we're trying to understand him and understand me, but I think we make quite a pair trying to communicate with each other. So we can communicate by photos, so I can get these pictures and everything. So one of these days, I'm gonna take you south so you can meet a real Southerner, okay? Looking forward to that, okay?
Now, coming up is this gentleman here. Well, he's the one who explained to me on a rebuttable presumption, what? I can't say it. There's the lawyer.
The other side of the story.
Okay, all right.
Stephen, oh, no, here you go.
Rebuttable presumption of imprudence. What is rebuttable presumption of imprudence? Fred Tykett. I see Fred Tykett here. Where's Fred? Here. Fred Tykett is another English teacher for me. We were in a meeting at the Sacramento Region Community Foundation, and then they were talking about rebuttable presumption of imprudence. I didn't get a chance to call this lawyer here. And then Fred explained to me, Stephen, that means you mess up, but you're not responsible.
There you go. See, I knew Stephen would come up with some kind of a good explanation. I'm sitting there thinking a rebuttable imposition of impudence, whatever the heck it was he said, is just some other reason that lawyers have to bill you for explaining what a rebuttable presumption of impudence was. In any event, unlike most of you here, I have not been Stephen's clients, I've not been his co-worker. Ben, however, his friend, for some amount of time, some good long amount of time, my wife, I've been so benefited, my wife and his wife, Annie, my wife's Annie, his is Maggie, when they were just kids at McClatchy, went to Europe together, when she was just a minor and Maggie was a senior, and they just did all sorts of wonderful things. When we lost track, I didn't have any track to lose, but somewhere 20 years ago or so, up the street at some exercise facility, we all met up on a dance floor and connected and have been friends ever since. And as somebody not working with Stephen and as a lawyer sort of in a different environment, you sort of step back and you watch the people around you at times. And you see how people make a difference. Now, we all know Stephen running around with a camera. There's that wacky Stephen again taking pictures. Great pictures, by the way. Good job, Stephen. We see that guy that seems to know what's going on in the world, like he's got some inside touch on what's going on. But as friends, we see a side of Stephen that's there, caring, connecting. And it makes you want to think about, am I doing as much in the world as I should or as I could? And sometimes that really reflects back to us. Good people make us look inside to see are we as good as we can. Ann and I and Steve and Maggie all went up to some place just to play golf about a year ago. And it was up around Murphy's. And I'll never forget this, Stephen, because it was so special. We came back, and my wife's niece is running a nursery, not a kid's nursery, but trees and plants and green things up in Murphy's. And Stephen comes in. We all went over there to say hi. And Stephen, suddenly, he's down on his knees talking to our niece's kids, these little tiny kids. And he's got out a pen and some paper, and he's writing their name in Chinese. I'm thinking he's Egyptian and it's hieroglyphics, because I don't know any of this stuff. But he's down on his knees, talking to these little kids, saying, here's what their name means in Chinese symbols. How many of us get a chance in the world, or even think in the world, of paying it forward? Stephen takes the skills he's learned in life and takes the language that he learned as a child and takes it to a new generation and says, this is what your name means. This is what you can be. Wow, man, that's powerful. How many of us know people around that do that? He does it. So I'm sitting across the room and I'm thinking about that. Okay, I gotta think about it. I gotta talk something about it because it was important. So I'm looking across at Stephen. Now this is kind of weird because maybe it's something wrong with my brain, but I'm looking over and say, he looks remarkably like Garrison Keillor. You know, it's another person who stand up, Stephen, come on. Now look at, we got the same round face, yeah. Glasses, not quite as big. Graying, whitish hair. A smile. Now, what don't you see in Garrison Keillor, and you sometimes don't see in Stephen, that makes them kindred spirits? At the end of the Prairie Home Companion, how many of you here listen to the Prairie Home Companion? How many of you have been to the Prairie Home Companion? Not enough hands went up. But leave it this way. When Garrison Keillor left the stage at the end of the Prairie Home Companion on a Saturday night, he also, by the way, has recently retired. Everybody on the other end, everybody that could hear him, felt good. Felt that they had an experience that was special in their lives that made the world good and safe and a nice place to be. Stephen not only looks like Garrison Keillor in my mind, Stephen is like Garrison Keillor. Because what we hear here is a person who has made our world better, and has made all our lives better, and is teaching us to pay it forward. Thank you, Stephen.
I thought he was going to roast me, and he toast me, and then... the ladies.
Yes, we're going to have these two ladies go ahead and speak. We know that many more probably would love to say something. We don't want to keep you here all night, and we could, because of all the nice things that could be said about Stephen. So we'll have these two more, and then we'll turn the mic over to Stephen.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. My name is Brenda Fong, and I'm with the Chinese American Council. Now, I don't think of Stephen so much as a Garrison Keillor, but I think of him as the Huell Hauser of the Sacramento area, right? He's been everywhere. He's done everything. I know Stephen through the Chinese community because he does calligraphy for us, and you are correct. Stephen went with us to the Crocker Art Gallery. There's Lyle. We were invited to represent the Chinese community at one of the global family events that they had, and Stephen graciously came out and did the calligraphy. We took white fans, and he painted everyone's name on it, and he could do it phonetically. It's amazing what he can do. Our table was we had the longest line because of Stephen. And he even wrote a sign on it, and it said, your name in Chinese. That drew people like a magnet to us. And so, Stephen, for that, we thank you. Maggie, you're going to have a handful at home now. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Honey Lam, the president of the Chinese American Council of Sacramento. I met Stephen over 10 years ago, always so gracious. He's always helped out with the Pacific Rim Street Festival, always there writing calligraphy with all the audience that come to the festival, a festival that Mr. Frank Fatt founded over 17 years ago. So Stephen, a tribute to you and to preserve Chinese culture. Thank you for all that you do for Sacramento community. And also to introduce us to Lyle Jones and be part of the Croc Art Gallery, the Buckaroo Days, and also to share Chinese culture with the community in Sacramento. And also sharing and introducing us to many wonderful people. Stephen, when I first met him, he said, what, your name is Honey? Stephen, you call me Honey anytime. That's my birthright name, so after you call me 3 times, it's okay, right? As long as we all have a common understanding. It is a name, it's respected. But for Stephen and Maggie, best wishes in all of your retirement years, and also thank you for all that you do for our community, and thank you for all your friends for being here. What a wonderful celebration of life for you.
The name Honey, you know, and always sometimes get me in trouble with my wife. Oh, I see that we have Roger Fong here. Oh my goodness, what have you guys done? Oh my goodness. Okay, all right, Louis. Roger. Oh, good to see you, Roger. You guys give me a big surprise.
No problem. I'm Roger, and we're here with the M&M Group. As all of you know, that Stephen's hobby and sport is eating. So anyway, we're with this M&M Gourmet Group that we meet occasionally. And I've known Stephen probably for at least 40 years.
Yes.
He was my backyard neighbor. And I always remember that cherry tree you had there. I don't remember you offered me any, but I always admired that big cherry tree you had back there.
You always pray for us.
But anyway, we're here with the M&M Group, which is a gourmet group that meets with, that Stephen is with us. And Maggie did quite a bit of the shopping. And we're going to try to add a little levity to transforming you or transitioning you into a retirement age.
Oh my goodness.
And I don't know about what you said about if you want to be happy for a month, you get married. I don't know. I know where you're going to be sleeping tonight.
Hey, I'm glad I got 2 months. Oh my goodness, I thought I'll never be roasted. But when Roger's come I am, oh my goodness, what is all this?
And the first thing we got you is this robe. I mean, it's not as fancy as what Hugh Hefner wears, but
you have to explain to them. Roger, you have to explain to them who is the MMM group. They thought it was some type of Chinese secret society.
It is. It's part of the mafia. That's his. That's the other side of him that you don't know.
I don't expect this.
Since you won't have to be rushing off to the office in the morning, you'll be around the house a lot more. Pick up your shoes. We got you these original leopard skin knockoffs.
Hey Roger, come on. Do you plan this? Ricky, do you do this?
Oh, it's a group effort. It's a group effort. You're so well liked, Stephen. Nope. Had nothing to do with it. I know I'm your favorite one, but and then the personal cake.
we got to this personal cane. We understand that for seniors, the worst thing that can happen to you is to fall. And we don't want you to fall. That one has a special horn on it, so
Is she Chinese?
wow. But anyway, and now that you're retired, you're probably going to be going to the restroom a lot more at night. So that horn is for you. Oh my God. That horn is for Clinton, Maggie, you pass it on the left. Let's see what that is. Oh, depends. Okay, I don't know. I don't know what that's for, Stephen, because I'm not quite that old yet. But Vicky tells me. Yeah, but I got a good colorist. But anyway. Wait. Vicky says depends, or for something, you know, like when you have a whole car, it leaks oil. But anyway, whatever you're leaking, that's supposed to correct it. Okay, and when Maggie has girls' night out and you can't cook,
My favorite.
I understand that will do the job. Just twist it off, and if you want something special, you can cool it off, or you can drink it warm.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, Marilax. When you eat too much, when you go out too often, and and you get and you're not too regular, that will do the job, I understand.
You're not a doctor, right? Are you?
I'm not a doctor, but I know what that's for.
All right, Roger.
So this is a red envelope that we...
It's a red envelope, and my understanding is yellow fat. And it's something that yellow fat means that continuous prosperity in Chinese. Yellow fat.
Do you write that, Roger?
Of course. So I know your Social Security won't take you too far, so that's going to guarantee continuous prosperity, Stephen.
I like that. What else?
And this card is from all of your M&M friends, and we want to just wish you all the best, especially good health, Stephen.
Thank you.
And a long, happy retirement from all your friends.
Okay.
You're awesome.
And Vicky, I want to thank you. You know what she just said in Chinese? She said, I always put jokes on them, so that's why they're doing this.
What's MMM?
MMM, okay. What happened was, like they say, I enjoy eating a lot. So if you go to a dim sum, you're 1 or 2 people, you do not order that much varieties. So I come to the idea, let's organize a group of people, at least 10 people, we can have different ones. So when I get that together, you know, my wife's name is Margaret. So one of the other person is Margaret, that we invited a couple, Margaret Fang, right, Margaret Fang? And then the other one is Margaret Wong of McWong. So we sit down together, we say, oh, we love the food, Stephen. We were having something called Fat Tiao Cha. That means the Buddha jumped over the wall. That was how good that dish was. Just that dish alone is $250. So we should have a name for the club. So I come up with all kinds of names. None of the ladies like it. They say we have 3 Margarets here. Margaret is Maggie, and then Margaret Wong is Margaret, and then Margaret Fang also calls herself Margaret, right? So I say Margaret, Maggie, Margaret. He said no, 3 MMM. So that's what happened. Well, anyway, I know you. Thank you for all your patience for listening, but what I'd like to do is to say thank you so much for all of you for coming. I see a lot of familiar faces, Fred Tyket, and then President of Sac State. Oh my goodness, oh yes. Thank you so much for coming here. And your lovely wife, who's also an alpha, Oh, thank you so much. Well, first of all, in our Chinese culture, you can send out invitations, but they don't have to show up. But when they show up, we always say something like this, I hope, Amen. You really give me a lot of faith. I really want to thank you. Big hand for all of you for showing up. It's definitely beyond my expectation. A lot of celebrities here. I learned a lot from many of you. I wish I had another 2 or 3 hours to explain, to point each one of you out, like they say. Don't ever give Stephen C. a mic, he'll talk on and on. and then my brother or somebody said I'm on too long. So many also ask, what are you going to do when you retire? I said, okay, I'm going to change into a Chinese magician. And I'm going to change my name to Fu Ling Yu. With that, first of all, I want to thank you for coming. Then one person I really have to thank to be where I am is my lovely wife, Maggie. Can you believe we'll be married 47 years? Oh, she said 47 and a half. And there's a reason why we married for so long. Because I always get the last word. And you have to know what the last word is. Yes, ma'am. You see, she's here to make sure that I won't talk for too long. But, I can help you. I read the book called How to Get Your Point Across in 30 Seconds or Less, but I know I'll talk for more than 30 seconds. Maggie, thank you again. I also like you to meet my son, Tony. And my daughter, and she was here earlier, but then she had to get back to babysitting. So, but anyway, I am just so excited. I don't know what to say next. But one thing I do want to say, the reason why I have been so happy is because I meet a lot of you people here. I learn from each and every one of you. And then, especially, I can name, every one of you have contributed to my success, really. And then, first of all, I want to mention Marion Bojan. Marion Bojan, who is the one who gave me the start here in the United States. And then he himself have made more millionaires by being manager of Dean Witter, coaching us how to handle clients, how to make money for clients. And I also want to thank Lee Kroshan. I finally learned how to spell his name. Gri Chu Chi. And he really helped me, just call for people to come over. And then my brother, Andy, he's here somewhere. I had a speech written out, but then I said to myself, no, I'm not going to have a speech. And then I know you all be listening. I can hear the pin drop. So I'm going to share one thing with you, actually more than one. First of all, if you haven't learned anything tonight, I want to learn something here. How are you going to celebrate 3 birthdays legally? So everybody have only 1 birthday, but after talking to me, they all have 3 birthdays. So first of all, you want to translate your birth, because it happened to me. I was born May 2nd. So when the immigration officer asked my mom when I was born, my mom gave them my lunar year birthday, May 2nd. But you translate to solar year, it's June 20th. My wife will never let me celebrate June 20th, my birthday, because that's the day we got married. So I got 2 birthdays right there, May 2nd, June 20th. And then every year, the lunar year, May 2nd, floats every year. Just like this year, the year of the rooster. I'm 70 years old, I'm forgetting already. And then the second one is the dog. The year the dog, some of you get my email, is 2 days after the Valentine's Day, February 16th. And here I am looking at Dr. Tom Begg. That remind me of how I started in the community, and Steve Beatty said all kinds of community I'm in. Well, Tom Begg and I, about 30 years ago, we started the OCA, which is Organization of Chinese American. And we're still, and he was the past president, and because I was with Merrill Lynch, I cannot be too political, so I just become the founder. Another thing I've done in the community, and I see Fred Tiger here, I see Kathy Sterling Price. Kathy Reese, where are you? Oh, right there, okay. You all remember way back, Sutter Club said they won't accept any woman as member. So there were 2 private clubs that got started, the Sacramento Club and also the Capitol Club. So I was on the founding board of governors of the Capitol Club, which was in the Renaissance Tower with Joe Benvenuti and Frank Ramus. And then Kathy Reese, well, you were with the club with us, right? The Sacramento Capitol Club. But Sacramento Club was with Fred Tiger. Where's Fred? Right there, Fred. And so end up we have 3 private clubs. And then we merge. After it's hard to support 3 private clubs. So the Sacramento Club merged with the Capitol Club. We call it Sacramento Capitol Club. Now, if that's the end of the story, it's not interesting. So Kathy was president, 2001, right, Kathy? Something like that. Kathy is one of the very, very best lobbyists. And she really knows you can ask her how she does make things happen. And so we passed the bylaw. She feels that we should have somebody who work in the community, in the club, and do things, and then become president. So they changed the bylaw so that the first one who is vice president will go after her as president. So they somehow picked Stephen C. because I've been writing stories about Stephen C.'s travel corner at the Sacramento Capitol Club. So what happened was, after she became, the 1-year term is full, Stephen C. become the president. So I called Fred Tiger. I said, Fred, will you be my vice president so that you will continue? And Fred said, well, I'm studying my MBA at Sac State. I don't have time for any of this stuff anymore. And you know, the stock market crashed, we have recession and everything that end up that we cannot support even 2 private clubs. And it was not funny at the time to say this, but I think it's pretty funny now. And then in 2003, finally the private club cannot survive. And I want to say that I feel really sorry for Tom Marks. He was a life member. So I said to them, I said, you know what's wrong with the club, even your club and all that? you should never have a Chinese guy to become president because he became the last emperor. With that, I have some good news to tell you. This is the end of my presentation. The gifts. Oh, thank you for all the gifts. You see what happened? There's a Chinese saying that when you become older, you become like a little kid. So one more story, and I really say there are 5 disciplines of raising children. So my wife already planned these 5 disciplines for me, staying home. So the 5 disciplines is 琴棋書畫武術. The first one is music, play a musical instrument. My wife said you should learn how to play piano again. That develop your humor. The second one is K is playing chess. She said, honey, you have to play more bridge. You can go play poker or whatever, but play some games. The third one is reading. Confucius said, from the books you can find a house built with golden bricks. You have knowledge, you can make money. 琴棋書, okay. Music, chess, reading. Wa is painting. So I don't know how to paint, but I can do Chinese calligraphy. And I want to thank Lyle Jones. Lyle, she's the CEO of Proctor Art Museum, and she gave us the opportunity to practice my Chinese calligraphy. The last one is martial arts. So I said, I'm not like my son who have black belt. But she said, honey, you have to go swimming at least twice a week. So I'm going to follow these 5 disciplines. I'm a little kid now. And anyway, this is really my end of the presentation. I want to thank you so much for coming. I got some very special Chinese calendar, and you can buy it here in Sacramento. I'll give you $10. You can buy it anywhere. I got it shipped all the way from Hong Kong, China, and I don't think I have enough for everybody. I think quite so many people show up, so it'll be one calendar per family. And thank you so much for coming. Have some more wine. You want to say something? Thank you. Thank you, Charles. Really? That's yeah? Oh, come on. No. Thank you so much. Oh, yes. Okay, sure. Okay.
You guys get together. Likes you. Yeah.
Where's Alice?
She's over there. I just want you may have talked about me up there before I got here, but I just want to thank you.
Okay, that's good. Yes, thank you so much. I want to just say hello.
Close to you,
Oh, Lyle.
Yes. Hi, George. Nice to meet you.
The day Steve got his
All right. Lyle, Sandra. Yeah. Oh, good to see you, Dr. Yi. Let's all take a picture together. Don't. Right here.
Okay, right here. Ready, smile. Okay, one more. 1, 2, 3, smile.
Karen, where's Karen?
Karen, get in here.
Karen.
Two cameras on one side. Look at him.
Lyle, so good to see you. Please give me a hug. Nice.
There you go. You take them.
Thank you. I'll do anything you
I need one of us. My phone.
It's right there.
Can I'm patient. Never asked to marry my husband. I don't know.
Oh my goodness! Oh, very nice. I'm so happy to see you made it here.
Yes, of course.
Oh my goodness! Oh really? Oh my God!
Hey, Stephen. I gotta go. Nice to see you, my friend. God bless you. We'll have lunch again. We'll have free time summer, whatever you want.
Me too. Can you beat me? Oh my God!
I'm retired in December. Thank you for helping me retire.
Hey, we're just here for the love.
Thank you.
Oh, look at this, a receiving line.
Oh my God.
We're going to throw you to the wolves.
Right here. Yes, Tony, yes, that's right. Take all the pictures. All right. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, you guys made it. Okay, right here. Sorry to give you away then.
Right here, ready, 1, 2. Okay, great.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Michelle. Oh my goodness. Are you going to invite us back to the Of course.
Wait, we need
Okay.
We need an Northridge picture.
Thank you. She's wonderful.
Can we get an Northridge?
Okay, quick picture.
Get in here. We're doing
Okay, quick picture. Smile. All right.
Wait, we're not in this picture.
Okay, I got it.
We're in Northridge.
Okay, you guys are good.
I need a painting for you. It's on your table.
Okay, thank you so much.
Ask someone else. No, wait.
No, I'll take it.
I feel so honored.
We're doing it. Where'd he
Mr.
go?
President. She's wonderful. She's wonderful. Let's take a picture, Tony. Let's take a picture. Oh, we will take a picture too.
We're doing it. One next.
Right, look here and smile.
Stephen, we got to do it. Stingers out.
I don't get one more. Fingers out.
Ready, 1, 2. Okay.
I'll give you a
He's
picture.
doing, look at this. Sexy stickers. He's doing 2, but we need a third.
So what's my position?
Great.
Great. You made me proud.
Did you want to
Can you
picture?
take our picture?
Okay, here we go.
Okay, where we go? Where we here? Northridge. Northridge. Steven, where's Steven?
I'm here.
He's in Northridge.
All right.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. All right.
Hi, Boomer. Hi, Jerry.
Got it.
Thank you. We need a picture also.
Okay. Can someone take care of sitting my hands are
I thought you were at the roast.
Oh, how many are you? Wow.
Hey, we'll see you Friday night.
All right, so true about his birthday.
Coming up, my birthday.
Okay, real quick, right
Oh,
here.
yes, you do. All right.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Dad, look here. Smile. All right.
Okay, Maggie, don't go yet. Maggie, Mr. Head, Michael.
Do you mind your
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Ready? All right. 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more. Okay, and
Right here.
Thank you so much. No. Sorry. But wait, she twisted her arm to come. No, she lives in Rockland. That's not too far. Do I have to than you guys.
Yeah, I'll text you. I'll text you. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, who's next?
Jennifer. Oh,
Yeah.
hi. I need to meet this guy.
Roy
Bro, how are you? Good to meet you. Martha, too.
Nice to meet you.
He was the past president of American Leadership. You get to know him, you want to join.
They finally came.
Okay. Okay, let's take a picture together. Come on. No, you too. So there will remember who you are. Send you an invitation.
Ready, look here. All right, very good. Thank you.
That's my son, Tony.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more. Ready? Okay, smile. Very good.
Thank you so much. And I'll meet all your hosts, Mr. President. And he's here too, and Paris.
Okay.
Hey, you
Very
made
good.
it. That's great.
Okay, quick picture right here.
Thank you for the picture.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, smile. All right.
All right. You got your Tiger in the Woods slippers.
That's what you mentioned, that Tiger in the Woods. Tiger in the Woods.
This is a good buddy of mine too that you know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we
The
got
three of us will take a picture. The three of us, let's take a picture. I'm going to get the Tiger in the Woods.
Ready? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, very good.
All right. Very good.
I did you understand. Thank you. I hope you meet some of my other friends over there too.
Okay, ready? 1, 2,
Yes.
3.
Thank you.
Cam there before, so yeah.
Oh, you know him? Oh, yeah.
Many years ago.
Oh my gosh.
Old age.
Old age, yes, that's right.
When they got hooked up, I thought, good, I'm getting an old guy that knows everything. Turns out you're a lot younger than me.
Okay, ready? Smile. Okay, very good.
Okay, thank you, Tony. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you again. This is my virgin voyage. I don't know how to do it. So I need advice from you. Okay. Thank you.
I love this slipper.
Oh my goodness, I should change you, but then I'm Tiger in the Woods slipper. Thank you so much for coming. Let's get it. Oh, good. Have
Here,
you
quick
met
picture.
him? Oh, just once or twice. Let's get it doing together, all five of us.
Okay, all 5 of us.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Okay, ready? 1, look here. Okay, come on, look here. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, very good.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Thank you so much. We'll take some more.
Oh yeah,
We will. Kathy!
Is this our man? Is this our man?
Oh my gosh! Oh, Rick! Have you met Rick Fowler?
Stupid instinct.
Oh, come on. All right. Kathy, come on. Stay in the middle.
Right here, look over here.
Have you met Rick Fowler?
Have I met Rick Fowler?
Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile. All right, one more. Okay, very good.
I know you're the past president. I am so sorry to give you waiting, beautiful blonde. How can I?
I'm going to say goodnight. What a beautiful party. What a beautiful
Thank
party.
you so much. Did I do okay on the embarrass you guys?
Are you embarrassed? You embarrassed.
Okay, quickly, one picture right here. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, smile. All right.
Thank you.
You know what? I always feel so fond of you.
Is the 10 pretty
This is the
good?
10? Oh, it's excellent.
Everything.
Oh yeah, the pictures that it can
No, you
take.
got a home button.
You have and
No, that's the picture button.
Oh, okay.
And then it disappears. No more home buttons. It's all on
and all of those things, the
waterproof.
business side aside,
It's a lot
your
faster.
human side.
But I think Apple made my 6 go real slow. It's all part of the plan, right?
I still got a 6 now.
Yeah. Just don't upgrade your
It's a little bigger too, huh?
Yeah, it is. My small Asian hand, I can't reach this far, so I had to buy one.
Oh,
Like so high now.
that's pretty good. How's that attached?
You are great. You are great.
Just like putting a ring on your finger.
No, I know, but how's it attached?
Oh, it just sticks on. There's
Oh, it does.
interesting adhesive. You can dig it up.
Anything I can celebrate, have dinner. We have dim sum.
would you-
and I
you
got
just-
dim sum.
But happy, I mean, I don't know in Chinese what you want in Christmas, like I'm going to say
No,
happy
we do the American style.
And here, why don't you take a picture? Click here, and then you can take a portrait photo
with, here, let's take a quick photo.
I know.
Photo right here.
But I know you will. Oh, and Stephen's gonna.
There's the two of you, you know.
Oh, well, he's come up.
Hey, until you make it. Okay. How do I get it wider?
Oh, this is the 10.
Oh, you can't get me in it? No, that's okay. Just take you and your my dad. There you go.
Well, that's my big Romeo. I'm going to kill it.
I know.
You got it? Are you in? You're not
No,
in?
but you're not in. Well,
No, we want you in it. My favorite blonde is here.
How do you get it?
Okay. Come on, Joe. Come on, Romeo.
Romeo's in here. Okay. My biggest fan.
That's a good one.
Perfect.
You got it. Anyway, you have a wonderful father.
Oh, thank you.
Now, we do not want to lose contact.
We'll be hovering. I'll be hovering.
We'll be hovering. Where do you live now, Tony?
I live in Fremont.
Oh, in Fremont. That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
You can find him.
Lots of people want to say goodbye.
I want to thank you so much. I don't expect the turnout. I do not expect such a
There were a lot of celebrities in the room.
I know you've been busy. I know the wife, but the president, he came in and pressed him to serve.
Good pictures? Yeah. I film everything.
I know.
Hopefully I capture it all. He's still wearing his slipper.
Enjoy every day. Every day.
I will.
Jimmy, I'm going to go introduce myself to Meg.
The one with the quick picture. Tony, let's get a picture of you.
Quick picture. Okay, ready? 1, 2, smile. Okay, very good.
Thank you so much. Thank you, David. Okay, thank you. Say goodbye to these folks.
See you, Dave. Merry Christmas.
I don't expect. You are the one behind all this, so I have to wear this sandals.
In the middle.
You get in the middle. I get in the middle. Okay.
Okay, ready? I gotta get the sandals. 1, 2.
Okay.
Oh, you moved. Okay, one more time. 1, 2. Okay, and then horizontally. 1, 2. Smile.
Yes.
Okay.
Sign 10. You take picture with that one too?
No. Video.
Video. Oh my God. Oh. Okay. Thank you so much. I couldn't believe you do that to me. What? That was the roast. There you go. Thank you so much for waiting. Thank you for coming. We're gonna. You like.
Okay. Dick. Okay, look here. 1, 2. Okay. All right.
Thank you. Wes, you made it. Emperor. You still remember the last emperor?
Yeah. You want a picture? Go
Yeah, we used to ski together.
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah. We skied together.
That's long time ago.
That was a long time.
Yeah.
Don't go, okay? Don't go.
Okay, ready? Real quick.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you know. Your dad, he's really touching. Really.
I was getting off the subject a little bit, but I was like, man, refocus on Steven.
Never have a time to enjoy, huh? Just to have to work.
Yeah, all the time.
Look at those slippers.
Okay, I'll do it too.
Okay, ready? All right, one more. Okay, and then one more. Okay, good.
Thank you.
Oh, Dad, behind you.
Thank you so much.
Let's go skiing now that you're retired.
Yes, golf and ski. Pebble Beach.
Yeah, exactly. Skiing, yeah. Okay, you still skis, right?
Not really bad.
You still ski? You got 2 big kids, huh? What do you got, 2 kids?
3 boys.
3 boys.
Yeah, I know.
3 boys, holy so. I knew when you were in your life.
And have you met Dr. Wesley Yee?
I have not.
He's my dentist. That's why I can smile. That's why I can smile. Dr. Wesley Yee.
Okay, a picture, quick picture.
Oh my God. thank you so much for coming.
Mike, want to make sure that we get your picture so I can
Would you like me to take a picture for you? Where's Mark?
He's taking care of our dog.
Oh, I see.
Get him out of doggy daycare, so he can be here time we don't want to miss it.
Okay, ready?
Thank you so much
All right,
for coming.
ready, smile. Okay.
One more.
One more, ready?
She's the best.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I gotta get that she's the best. Okay, ready, smile. Okay, very good.
Did you get the flash?
You want to check?
Let's see how it turned out. Is it okay?
Okay, I'll check this with the flash on.
Okay, just in case.
Yeah, I will put
Make
this
sure
on.
you
Okay, ready, smile. Okay, did it flash?
I'm very proud of you. So when you're on this
We need to. I'm so glad I accept Margaret Wong was in China. She apologized. She said, Stephen, you never asked me when you're having a party. I'm flying to China. No, we need to take a picture. Where's your other half? Is the camera shot? Okay, all right.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, smile. All right.
Okay. Thank you so much. You think I feel here on my chest? Oh, come on. Oh. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Is this your son?
That's my son.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Ann.
Oh, Ann. Yes, I remember. Good
to see you. I remember your children.
Oh, yes, they're all grown now.
Isn't it amazing? At college?
Freshmen.
You know, the little kids who are now grown, they're the ones who miss the party so much because when they were little, that was Christmas.
It was, yes. We have love to try to come back and as a big.
Oh, that'd be. Oh, I'd love to see.
Chris! Oh my God, you're so nice. You took all the way out from my party.
Because he takes pictures of you play golf all the time. Stop that swing!
Okay. Chris. All right, look here. Ready? 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, one more this way. 1, 2, 3, smile. All right, and one more. Okay, very good.
Look, I set mine to grid too.
Love it.
I did grid. I learned that.
Oh, yes.
You gotta be a picture of that.
Okay, sorry, this is your phone. Hand it to me when you're ready. Okay, I'll take it for you. Okay.
Okay, too many cameras.
Okay, let's see. You guys zone off on the camera. There we go. All right.
Okay.
And ready? Look here. Smile. Okay, ready? One more. Okay, hold on. One more. Ready? Smile. And another one. And then a vertical. Beautiful.
I'm gonna grab Maggie.
Okay. Go grab my mom.
Maggie, get in here. I need a picture.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Chris, please. I love your speech. I can't understand it. All you sounds
understand a word. Yeah, we're gonna play some golf here. Now that he has more time. Yeah. You got your phone back.
Thank you.
No, you guys are too young.
Don't go.
Patty wants to have picture.
Okay, all right.
Get out of here. I think he wants to be alone with her, whoever she is. We'll be alone.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, full body. Okay, and then half body. Ready? Smile. Okay, very good.
Thank you. I didn't message you about Mike. I should talk about Spanish rules office. Good to see you. We want a picture.
Okay, that one quick picture here, and then we'll take the Maloney.
Okay.
One quick picture.
Maggie, get in here. Maggie, get in here.
Okay, just one more to go fast. All right, see, here we go.
Okay,
Okay, she's been waiting patiently.
Here we go. Look, look, look.
Yes, I know.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, one more. 1, 2, 3.
Wait, she wants to get the picture. Okay, thank you.
All right, go on. All right, here we go. Okay, all right. Don't.
Okay, wait. What's the Maloney's? Okay, hold on.
Maloney.
Okay. Mom. Joe, Jeannie, look here. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Smile. Okay. Smile. All right.
Thank you, Joe. Congratulations. You guys are long friends with
How's your father-in-law? Is he still living?
What's that?
Is your father-in-law still living?
Oh, yes, he's in Japan. Yes, he's doing great. Yes.
We'll give him my best.
I will. I'm going to share this photo with him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My father-in-law, Shizuka's father.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Let me get this picture. Okay, well.
Winfield says the best smile when you say money. Money.
Not honey, but money.
Money. Say money.
Mine's with honey.
There we go. One more.
Money. All right, thank you.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
All right, honey.
All right,
Thank you, honey.
Congratulations, Stephen.
Oh, thank you so much. I forgot to mention about your thing to help me practice calligraphy with water. I used it and I forgot to say it.
Now you have all the time for us, right?
Yes.
We can call you anytime.
Anytime. And then I talked to Michelle, they say definitely we'll do calligraphy again.
That's a big
Yeah. Keep posting it. We'll do that. Okay. Thank you. Oh, Miss President. I love your presentation. I really do. Okay. 41. Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Very nice. Congratulations.
Thank you so much for coming.
Oh, he's been waiting very patiently over there. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, and then I'm gonna take a close up. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, smile.
Thank you.
That bodes well. All right, and then one more on the side. Ready? Smile. Very good.
You give me a lot of star power. I still remember so well. Oh, that was so good.
No, honey, that ship sailed a long time ago. I had it when I was 12, right? No, I mean, it is what it is. Everybody's got age. I think of your parents, I have those pictures of your parents in their 40s.
You said what happened? Oh my God, I love it.
I have a kid there. Because that was 40 years
I didn't see a lovely daughter.
when they did that round the world trip with Thomas.
Right. That was in 1970. Yeah, that's right.
And they came to our house and sat in our backyard.
Because they came over because of graduation. My graduation.
That's right, from Lewis and Clark. That's right.
You graduated 74.
I did, but I should have graduated. I had to drop out because I got married.
They laughed.
And I was Dale and I, you remember?
I remember in the backyard.
In the backyard.
In the backyard.
We were at that wedding, yes.
Yeah, I was there.
And Paul
No
and Al.
plan is my plan. But one thing I'm definitely going to do is to, if ALF let me volunteer the pictures, I'll take pictures. Okay. And then I went to see President Nelson. Sexton was here. Hey, how are you? Renaissance Society. Where we can go listen to. You yes, hi. Oh, you say goodbye to me? That's my niece. She's so cute. So I see one of the things I kind of planned ahead in the time. That's why I joined the team. I didn't get a chance to tell them what kind of having my secret. I was in the parking lot talking to them. And then I said, within 6 months, I went to 5 females. One of them was, you knew the story. I said, this is it. She's 70 and a half years old. I was with her all these 5 days. And then Mario Gutierrez. I had a lot of love for because I love those. I don't expect them. They say, Stephen, you have over 100. I'm the first. They organize it.
Oh yeah.
So when are you gonna have yours?
Before-
I don't know. I hope for a while. You don't need no. No. I hope that you.
Yeah,
right here is good. Right here is good. Yeah, hold my hand. Yeah.
Okay. All right, ready? Everyone look here.
Okay.
Hold on.
Is this automated? Don't take too long.
Are you going to do one with your phone, Tony?
Child.
Text me, okay?
He's 10.
Okay, ready?
It's iPhone 10.
All right, 1, 2, 3, smile. That's a great picture. Okay, one more horizontally. 1, 2, 3, smile. All right, looks great.
Ooh, you got her. You got that one.
Okay, Audrey, look here. Ready? Smile. Audrey.
Audrey, look at Uncle Tony. Come here. Chocolate. You want chocolate? I'll give you more chocolate.
Okay, well, smile.
Audrey, look at Uncle Tony.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Okay. He's got chocolate. He's got chocolate.
Chris, that is shameless. Yeah, bribery.
You know, you really are the perfect American success story where you came from. Yeah.
So you say my presentation was okay, not boring too long?
It's okay. I just mean where you come from and the success you've achieved.
Thank you so much.
I was right behind there.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Really?
Instead of just rushing.
Fine.
Thanks for the invitation.
Audrey.
Okay, hey, everyone's purple right here. Right here. One more. Everybody color match. Audrey. Audrey. Smile. All right.
Hey, Alice. Good to see you.
Hey, Tony. Will you
handsome
text
guy.
me?
Oh my God.
Sometimes I think you like him more than me.
You were the picture. Do you see your picture?
I'm sorry.
Yes, you were there.
I'll stand back here, Stephen.
Come on, we're going to take a picture.
We're doing it.
Come on, Michael. Come on, Michael.
Okay, you know Alice.
How are you?
Donna, I'm glad you made it.
I didn't realize that Stephen knows so many.
Okay, ready?
No, these are, you are important.
All right.
You know it's Kyle.
Say money.
Yes.
All right, good.
Thank you.
You don't have a
We got a
camera
picture with
tonight. This is the night.
Oh, he doesn't have a
He
camera.
does not.
I know. You took
Good
it
for
from
him.
him.
Yes.
I have been to events. I have been.
I'm Tony.
Nice to meet you. One time I was at some event with your dad and I took his camera. I did, and I was taking pictures of him with everybody else.
Part of it.
We are going to
Couldn't handle him very long, but I got some good pictures of him.
I forgot to mention your story. I forgot to mention. Were you there when I was presenting?
I was next to Lyle. I was like, does he not see me?
You know what? Hello.
He's a good guy.
Thank you.
To see all the adventures you're going to be on now.
Oh yeah, on Facebook.
Yeah.
I just wrote to someone that you guys are so sorry. He be posted.
I will.
I will show up.
I know you will.
Michael, you know Faith. Buddy with Susan the teacher. You know Faith, you know what?
She's a lot of people's buddy.
I emailed Paul and I told
One more?
Okay, one more.
See, isn't she the best?
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, smile. All right.
Thank you. All right.
I'm going to work with these two.
Yes. We'll talk when I get back.
Enjoy your new phase in life.
I know, my virgin voyage. My virgin voyage.
Am I cutting?
It's not like you've never done that before.
No, Michael, you
Why don't you guys get...
come on.
She's like, I don't want to. I just want to say hello to Steve.
You take a look at Maggie's trophy.
Of course I should have known there would be a picture when I go to say hi to Stephen.
In the car.
Don't lose it. Okay, yeah. Put it.
Listen to your wife.
The camera will go off.
Oh, it will. Okay.
No, I need to take lessons again.
Okay, I'll give you
My game
I'll give you 36 handicap.
Is a deal.
It's a deal. Thank you for Thank you for coming.
Congratulations on your retirement.
Michael, make it possible.
This is like when you see Santa Claus. Yeah, okay.
Oh, come on.
I remember when my baby sister.
I know.
Okay.
Let's take another picture.
Over here. Look here.
Tony, when can we get a picture with you?
Oh,
I remember
I'll
when
come
you
in.
were just a kid.
I'll have my uncle do it. Okay, well, let me take one of this first. Okay, ready? I think we'll do it this way. Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, one more. Very good.
Okay,
and
come
then
in,
one
Tony.
more horizontally. How's that? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
He can do it like that.
Well, we know who your father is.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Okay, all right. Come on, in, Tony. Tony, you have to come in. Tony's got to come in next to Donna.
Kid, I remember when you were a young man.
Yes, stand next to Donna.
I interned, I think. Yeah.
Okay, you guys all
I drove this
set?
guy up for his first.
Okay, you gotta say money. Are you ready? Say money.
Money.
Yeah, there you go. Best smile is money. One more. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
I don't know whose phone this is. Whose phone is this one? Oh, that's yours.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do, buddy?
Well, I don't know. That's it. Doing that
Dry. Keep the shoes on. Crazy. Just wear those.
That's right. I don't know. I still can't change this. I cannot be
Somehow those are appropriate.
You look like Hugh Hefner.
This is Tiger in the Woods.
You have
Tiger in the Woods. Oh, thank you so much. I'm sorry. I know she was on vacation. That's why I didn't come back. I'm so grateful.
You know what, Steve? Okay, you're retired. You're not with the mayor or whoever it is anymore. You come in our office all the time now.
I can? I thought Mike Casey won't let me come.
No, well, we fired him because we thought he might. Okay?
I'll show him.
Just so that you could come.
You got your
Yes.
calendar.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you come on in because we might have some problems talking to those clients. Okay?
I speak Chinese. You know what? I have to say this. If it was still manager,
You what?
if it was a manager, still manager.
You can look at it.
It's just like with Marion. He can say, come on out. No? Remember? Marion was manager. I'm very faithful, loyal. You went back? I don't care about my...
Thanksgiving is over, huh?
Yeah.
I was talking to Maggie about when we used to go camping.
And then he's gonna come home again.
Remember we took, she goes, yes, man, I was eating turtles. Yes, it was like second birthday or something. It was in that pin.
You know what's any difference? In terms of conversations,
Long remaining.
I couldn't believe so many people showed up.
Yeah, it's a great show.
They tell me 100, but that is more than 100. And then the waiter, my beautiful blonde.
Okay, you guys.
No. Come on in.
I mean, my beautiful
Come on in.
all right, Jim.
Okay, okay, there we go. All 5. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Fabulous 5.
Okay,
All right,
all right.
here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, I'm gonna take one more. One more. Okay, look here. 1, 2, 3, smile. All right.
Yes, our favorite blonde. All right.
Good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you so much
I
for
have a
coming.
speech at 6 a.m. So
You met this guy before.
Oh yeah. Hey, congratulations, Steve.
Thank you again. Good presentation.
Not a retirement. 3 months from now.
Okay, all right.
Okay, Emily, right here.
Every year.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Emily. We'll see you tomorrow night.
We
go to the...
gonna be retirement.
That's Gary in here too. You man in the middle? Man of the hour for change.
Okay, ready? All right. You gotta. Everybody says to say money, right? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Smile. Okay, one more. One more. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Smile. Okay, very good.
Tony, I want you to know the reason why you can play Castlewood is because of Gary. The reason why you can play Castlewood.
Oh, Castlewood. Hey,
Yes,
Gary, thank you
because
very
of
much.
him.
That was a great.
We gotta thank this guy. He was very generous in our golf tournament.
We were sitting at the table. He's president of Red Cross. So somehow they put us in the table, and he sit next to me. So if you sit next to the president of Red Cross, you better bid.
You better bid.
So I keep on bidding and bidding and trying to check up the price. And he said, go go. Then he say, Stephen, you got it. What? I know, I bid up thousands of
Oh, that was exactly.
David knows everything.
That's right. Yep.
So you can't.
And I.
I know, David says, Stephen, you got it.
Yeah, you haven't bid yet.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
I spent so much money sitting next to the president.
I just like that he's learned the lesson from you because he took a picture and says, one more.
You say that?
Never mind.
He's a very good golfer. We golf together at the ALF Eagles.
Okay, well, you got all the time in the world now, Tony.
That's right. We're golf for real
Is that
now.
what you're going to wear on the
I do. You know Roger Fogg, right? He's the county assessor.
Oh yeah, I was on the United Way board with you.
Oh, that's right.
Before I was on the United Way board with you.
Oh.
So Roger predated you.
Oh my God.
I was just a child.
Yeah, I forgot to talk about Sue Cotton. You were president when Sue Cotton was it Bill Hunt? No, not
I was
Underwood.
board chair when
But it was Underwood, right?
Well, it's good to see you. It was a
Same
great
here.
party.
I hope I didn't embarrass you with my little presentation.
That was great.
It was too long. Did you time me?
Yeah, I know. I'll get you back on campus at Sac State.
I know. We should. The president showed I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, and then I didn't have a job, and my
Dr.
first
Nelson.
hold on. Pulled out a paper on Maryland Letterhead.
I think the president showed because of you.
Good.
It's good to see you
Good to
guys.
see you.
Okay, all right.
Great room. This was
Okay,
great.
see, Ann was here too, with her boyfriend, Ann Barrett.
Oh, I didn't see
And
her.
Kim, she was here, and
Okay.
then I did not know Kim was here. I didn't get a chance to take a picture with Kim. She took off. Did you see Kim?
Steve, come on over here, and I want your friend to hear the story too, okay?
Oh, there's a story.
Okay, wait, let's stand right here. Okay, let me give him the camera. I want to
I
hear
know
you
you will
record.
take the picture, okay?
I'll
You've
get the
got it in your
record,
blood.
Okay, what's this?
So you gonna tell a story? Dad, you gonna tell a story?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, put this on camera. Okay, you can get this on
Put it on camera. Okay, come on, Gary. Stay here.
So this was a long time ago, and it was sometime around the Rambo picture time. Okay?
Are the movie con rolling?
I think so.
Make sure it's rolling.
Okay, it's rolling.
Okay. And so anyway, Steve and I took the kids. You were there, my two boys, and we went on up the mountains, Sierras, and going down a river, not that deep a river, but a river, cold river. And there was a chance of a storm. Well, it didn't chance turn into a thunderstorm, which is a very cold storm up there, and it turned into hail. And so we're all dressed because it was sunny in the morning, and we have swimming suits and maybe a t-shirt on or whatever, and that's about it. And anyway, and it's turning into misery. And I thought, okay, maybe we got, and then I look at the kids. There's a kid. And I thought, oh, no, this has got it in, all right? And so I don't call it quits.
Okay.
And so I said, okay, pull it. And now there's nobody around. That's the thing. Okay, there is nobody around. And I thought, okay, the car, one car stage way down there, another car stage way up here, but we've got no drive. So, okay, how do I, okay, Stephen, you take care of this, and he's not really a river guy.
No, no.
You take care of all this stuff, and so anyway, I started going up there, and on the road here, I realized nobody's going to pick me up.
No.
Okay, so I went down and got little Jeffrey. Jeffrey.
Use Jeffrey to get
And I hit him.
to hitch us a ride. Like Jeffrey was like,
pick you up. You all dirty? No,
You don't pick up hitchhikers. They're not a 6'4" hitchhiker.
Cute little kid.
So anyway.
So you use your son.
Oh yeah, and the little kid Jeffrey's just got the car back.
You got the
So I'm coming on back. By the time we got up there and back, it's been an hour, and it's hailing. And now I'm at least in a warm car now. Thank God it's so miserable out there. And the hail is turning white on the lot younger. And then we get down there. And I get down there, and one time I thought, if there had been somebody like Rambo or somebody there, that's where I didn't have Rambo. They're singing. I got back there, and they're singing. I don't know what you got them. You were trying to teach them some Chinese song. Or
Anything to take their mind off the
Crazy.
You're better than Rambo, Steve.
Yeah. He has a good memory. Yes, and he was Stephen. His game was Tony quite a bit. Yeah.
learned skiing. We did.
You took Tony skiing.
Because of him, he got me into
He got you in the snow.
Didn't he also? Didn't he also take you?
I was
didn't he take
40 years old. That's 30 years ago.
I'm with you. Didn't he take you on a black diamond?
Let me ask you. Not to be rude, but where have I seen you before?
Call me up and say, I don't know. Red Cross, Sacramento Bee, AOL.
His
person
was
CEO of Red Cross. Go see him.
No, is that a
So I said,
or
sure.
maybe I just saw you in a picture.
He was also the CFO of Sacramento Bee.
No.
He was on my committee when I was auditor.
Nobody's a CEO.
Auditor chair. So I just called.
Not anymore.
Yeah, he was on my committee as I was the auditor chair.
Well, I believe it.
So I called the meeting the order and I shut up and let him ask all the questions.
And today was our audit committee, and I'm the chair of the audit committee.
You are? Well, I'm so glad Linda Cutter show up and to say something too. That was
So we had a Wells Fargo thing we had to do earlier tonight. And I did not see her there, but one of her staff was there saying, she has to be at a retirement party instead. I said, oh, I bet I know which one.
That's what you took off, right? That was nice of Linda Cutter to do. Thank you so much for coming. I know how busy you are.
Nice meeting you.
I think I'm honored.
Yes. You should be.
Well, some of you
I was a CPA.
I'm sorry I missed your daughter earlier today.
Good stuff.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. All right. See you. All right. Take care. Yeah.
You got that?
I got that. I'll send them.
If you and your family are going up sometime, just say,
Great.
It's been great. It's not over. It's not over. We're going to see you a lot, right?
Yes.
Yes.
It's what I call my virgin boy.
Okay.
I didn't get to put that in my myself.
Okay, ready? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Good picture.
Thank you, Nate. Thank you so much. I love your
It's so funny,
chat.
when you have the car, they're talking.
Thank you so much for coming. I know how to sit there.
I'm a different world.
You remember Nate, right?
I know.
Good to see you, Nate.
Hey, thank you so much. That was a very good presentation.
But he's getting
You are.
Sound like a singer. It was great turnout. I was surprised the president was there too.
So, Stephen, was this a fond farewell?
This is fun. You got something for me that I have to sign or something?
But he worked really hard.
I have to sign this? Okay. Here, this is what
He really is. I'm
this is
very,
the
very proud of him.
two together or what?
Yeah. One for the
Stay the whole time.
Definitely.
Really appreciate it.
So, tomorrow,
I'll be showing up.
We gotta get the diapers and.
and the whole office is invited to go.
Okay, we gotta
Really?
go.
We're going to go to Fats.
They want to close shop.
Facts? Oh, right on the.